Hi, it's time to talk about commercial mailings. So far, most of you, not necessarily all of you, but most of you have been doing EDDM retail mailings. And well, that's fine to start out. Uh, you'll you'll find that if you really want to expand, especially into neighboring cities, um, that you want to go commercial. There's a lot of reasons to go commercial. First of all, even though the retail rate is very competitive, when you go commercial, you can mail everything through the SCF, the sectional center facility. Now, that may be convenient for you, it may not. In my situation, at the mail house I work at, we're right next to one SCF and it's a short drive to another SCF. So we can cover basically from the Potomac River into the Blue Ridge Mountains with two mail houses. We can cover every address. Just across the line in West Virginia, where I live, my SCF is in Pennsylvania. Not convenient. But not all is lost, and I'll explain more of that in a few minutes. But so the commercial mailing has a lot of benefits. You can drop at one facility that serves a large area. You don't have to go running all over town. It's slightly more in postage, but the Postal Service has incentives. One incentive is for marriage mail, which is what we're doing. These 9x12 cards are marriage mail. Not marriage mail as you typically think of it, where you're doing like Valpak, where you got multiple pieces in an envelope. All that matters is that multiple advertisers are on one mail piece. And the qualification is that there has to be 4 or more advertisers on the mail piece. And when you do that, the Postal Service gives you a discount. Now, if you're entering at the SCF level, the discount is 0.025. So, yes, 0.025 at the SCF level. There's an additional discount available, but you're not going to get it on your own. You're going to have to use a mailing agent like a mail house. And as a matter of fact, to get any of these discounts, you have to do a commercial entry through an SCF or what they call a business mail entry unit. And you have to have a permit, or you have to use a permit. I don't say you have to have a permit. You have to use a permit. And you have to provide electronic documentation. The mailing has to be bundled in certain fashion. You get discounts for putting the mailing on pallets, all things that you were not prepared to do. However, your mail house is prepared to do it, and your mail house is what's called a mailing agent. And when you look at the postal forms, when you look at a postal form, these are all knocked out, so I don't disclose. You have the permit holder, the mailing agent, and the mail owner. So the permit holder does not have to be the mail owner, and the mailing agent doesn't have to be the permit holder. There can actually be three parties. Like, we take jobs from printers, and the printers might be the permit holder. We're the mailing agent, and the mail owner is the printer's end customer. So, three different entities. But what most people come to a mail house for is, we have a permit, and you don't have to have a permit. You can use our permit, and that's true at any mail house. So you get the luxury of having commercially entered mail and all the savings that go along with it without actually having to have your own permit. And mail houses are very efficient. They're structured and equipped to process mail quickly, efficiently. Bundling EDDM mail is nothing. We have these big strappers. You stick the bundle in, hit the pedal, and it's tied, it's strapped. Of course, we have to do it two ways, but it takes mere seconds, as opposed to you trying to fumble with rubber bands or string or anything like that. As a matter of fact, jute twine is no longer allowed. So it boils down to this. You get significant savings. If I run through this real fast, bear with me. So after, for a local mailing through an SCF, once you apply the marriage mail discount and what's called a containerization discount, and that is, we do bundles on the pallet, meeting specifications, the pallet's labeled, the bundles are labeled. That is a discount of 0.021. So locally, your postage cost for a mailing is 0.206. That's a significant savings. Almost enough to pay a mail house to do the mailing for you. So it's almost like getting the mailing portion for free. Now, the other benefit is that you can mail anywhere in the United States. You can mail to any SCF. You pay a higher rate for postage if the destination SCF is not the one that you entered your mail at. However, your marriage mail discount is higher. So your marriage mail discount for a distant SCF is 0.029 instead of 0.025. The same containerization discount of 0.21, and your base postage is 0.29. So you end up at 0.244, which is still 0.003 cheaper than your retail rate at the DDU for doing your packaging and bundling and taking it to your local post office. It's still cheaper to mail anywhere. And the cost from the mail house is really no more, because we are delivering to the local SCF, and then the Postal Service is taking care of all the transportation to wherever it goes. So it's quite a deal. The big advantage with the commercial mailing is we can help you find out where your SCF is. We can look up your zip code. We can find your SCF, and it may be local, it may not, but that's not a real big deal, because when you order your cards, you simply have them delivered, drop shipped to the mail house of your choosing, and they will take it from there. We have stuff delivered from all over the United States, and we take care of the mailing. You get, if you watched my other video about the cost of retail delivery versus commercial delivery, you get a substantial savings because they're dropping to a commercial address. And when you get into like the 10,000 range, you also get the option of discount freight on a truck rather than doing like UPS ground, which is cheaper. But it's cheaper if you are delivering to a facility with a loading dock. If you have to pay for that lift gate, it jacks the price way up. So you can get a 10,000 piece delivery by freight carrier for less than you can for a commercial ground shipping by UPS. So the savings keep stacking up. So I really can't stress more that you really need to learn about commercial mailing and get involved. Find a mailing agent. Like I said, I'll help you find your SCF and find the address, and then you can seek mail houses. They're clustered around SCFs. That's just the way it works. So it shouldn't be hard to find. And you will find a mail agent to take care of all your mailing needs and save you a tremendous amount of money. You'll either you'll save enough if you're mailing locally. You should save enough to just about pay for the mailing. On average, to bundle and prepare the mail on pallets is about $24 a thousand. And that includes, of course, delivery to the post office and everything. There's a small setup fee for handling. Oh, the other thing, you don't have to worry about all your documentation. You just give them your routes, zip code, route, total quantity, whether it's residential only or residential and commercial. Just give them your Excel sheet, and you're done. They take care of everything. They sort the mail, and they'll give you your totals, and you just give them the postage and their fee for the quantity. You're done. You don't have to worry about it. They take care of everything. And I'll even give you my snipping utility that you can load as a bookmark. And if you go to the EDDM website, anything you check, it will copy immediately to a CSV file. Or if you want help figuring your routes out that you want to mail to, use the EDDM tools. They're very good. The route snip is very nice. It helps you calculate and look at different route scenarios and automatically picks routes for different quantities. I highly recommend it, and it can make life a lot easier. And the same thing there. You can save that to a CSV, send that off to your mail house, and the rest is all in their hands. You don't have to worry about it. What I'd really like to do, I'm just touching on this briefly because I'm sure there's a lot of questions. I'm sure I'm not hitting all the points that need to be hit. So I would like to set up a group video chat in the near future to discuss this and answer questions. And so if you are interested in this chat, please, in the comments, tell me what days, times are best for you, and I will try to put together a chat where we can all sit down and talk about this, and hopefully I can save you lots of money and help you grow quickly. Take care.